Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, KiaSimone, and listen, I know I am super late with this SWV XSCAPE finale recap, but let me tell you what happened. I have been working on some stuff for the channel, for y'all, for us, that I was really excited about, and I hit a brick wall with some things that sent me back to square one, and I had a whole meltdown. Okay, I had a meltdown about just oh God, and the Lord had to just get up. And so I got up and I went to therapy and I cried to a stranger about it, and now I feel better. And so, yeah, now we can get into it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all up front that I felt like this episode was kind of disjointed. It felt like they took all the rest of the footage they had and just threw something together. But I did see that Taj went live a few days ago and she was explaining that this was chopped and screwed, that they super edited this episode because they got people cursing each other out that wasn't cursing each other out. So child, I also see that Tasha is out here backpedaling. But she didn't mean she was in no open relationship. She mean they got open communication. Use an open lie, because that ain't what you said. But let's get into it. Before we do, of course, I got to shout out my supporters, my super thanksters, and my cash appers. Thank you so much to Yvette Greer, Latoya Randolph, and Lady6916. And on Cash App, Tia Baker. Thank you so much. So the episode opens up where they left off last week, which is in the middle of them confronting Tasha about Ike getting his kickbacks. And she's sitting up there. Ain't nobody getting no kickbacks. So they done passed the papers around. Everybody looking at them. Candy shuffling through the folders like, oh, there's more paperwork than I realized. Tasha looking at it by, what is this? Candy said these are text messages between Rocky and the promoter. So since Tasha acting crazy about what is this? What is this talking about? Tamika said, all right, we're going to play ABC 1, 2, 3 round. This. I will read this to you like the reading rainbow, okay? This says, your husband said, can you shoot me 20K? I already showed my wife the 10 you already, that's what this said. Everybody picked a paragraph. Candy said, yeah, and the next line says, I will work with you as long as you can guarantee me all 4 of the ladies. So they going back and forth. Tasha doing her plausible deniability. I don't know what you're talking about. So what you trying to say? I had something to do with this? Girl, it's your husband. But what that got to do with me? So Tasha starts trying to challenge their intelligence by saying, so y'all really believe that these are the text messages between them? And then she decides she gonna call a bluff and call Rocky. So Tasha gets Rocky on the phone and she say, yeah, so they over here saying you've been getting these kickbacks and they got these pieces of paper. Rocky said, put me on speakerphone. I can lie for my damn self. She puts him on speakerphone. He said, Tasha, I don't need you to say a word on my behalf. I don't need you to speak for me. Tamika said he don't never want you to speak for him. He don't never want you to say nothing. Tamika said he talks for you all the time. That's why you're in this predicament. Tasha said, that ain't why I'm in this I ain't in no predicament. I ain't in no predicament. Rocky said, look, y'all can do all this back and forth about what so-and-so said they sent me, but I ain't took from them and I ain't got that to hide. Candy said, look, before you piss us off with this lie, let me tell you something. These ain't just copy and paste text messages where we done put some stuff together. These are actual screenshots that the man sent from his phone. Candy said, so you don't have text messages about locking in the 4 members of XSCAPE and him giving you money for it? Rocky said, well, I mean, yeah, me and him got the same text messages. I got the same messages he got. Candy said, of course you do. He said, I mean, yeah, so I mean, I can show you my phone and you can look at the same messages and ain't none of them got nothing to do with XSCAPE. What? What? How y'all got the same text messages and the text messages they got are about XSCAPE, but they can look at your phone and see the same text messages and they ain't got nothing to do with XSCAPE? What in the abracadabra lie? He said, all I know is I don't know and I don't care because I ain't got none of y'all money. Tamika says right here. It's right here in the paperwork. Tasha said, he ain't stealing from you, Tamika. Girl. Rocky is steal candy from a baby. Rocky. Tamika said in the confessional that ever since her sister met Rocky, she's changed to the point that she believes anything he says and she's brainwashed. So Rocky says in the confessional, kickbacks are for people who have to hustle. I don't have to hustle. I do the deals. Tasha steps in to say, well, let me chime in. He looked at her like, you better tell the right lie too. Tasha must have felt the truth coming to the light because she said, well, let me go ahead and say this. There have been occurrences in the past where people have gotten a percentage for bringing a show to the table. She said, we've never had a problem with that. He says, well, what I'm saying is I don't get kickbacks. I don't have to get kickbacks. Tasha said, if somebody paying me, they owe me. That means I did the deal. So that ain't stealing. And I don't know what in the hook and crook got into his shoulder. He got the licking his lip, the jerking his shoulder. I said, what in the fiend is going on here? So Rocky finishes talking in circles and he says, I'm taking y'all money and I ain't never did that for nobody. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. Tasha says, listen, I'm good. I'm good on all this. So he hangs up the phone and they ain't got no answers and no money. Candy said, listen, Tasha, you know I understand. My man. I understand. She said, while I understand, we got to stand by our man, sometimes you got to be willing to tell the truth about when she ain't right. Tasha said, I'm cool on this. So you just gonna leave? Tiny said, well, let's just try to get through this Ontario show and see how everything works out. Tasha goes walking out and she calls her mama past the Woodbine like, listen, she's about to hit the fan. You might have to get the mayor on the line. She said, they want me to do business and my family falling apart. You might be the one doing the pulling apart. Next thing you know, we move on to everybody's packing, headed to California for the SWV and XSCAPE show. So Rocky's skimming money off the top and we ain't got no answers and we just gonna go ahead and the show must go on. Okay then. Tamika is packing, telling her daughter about how she's excited she ain't gonna have no kids in her room. She looking for her negligees. And Coco is home telling her child she just trying to keep her TSA pre-check. He telling her, look here, just take your medicine and keep your hands to yourself, okay? Tiny is packing with her daughter, Zanique, and she got the same question I got. She said, so it's a show and it's y'all together now? Because when this happened, Tiny told her that they did come to some agreement at some rehearsal that we ain't never seen about how the set list was gonna go, and so they decided to just go ahead and proceed. Child, I don't know. Candy home packing, calling for Todd to bring her suitcase. He pissed off that he ain't getting flued out. He just come throw the shit on the ground. I ain't going nowhere. We go to Tasha Turner's house and she got Ike driving her, and she's telling him how she appreciates him being there because, she just can't handle the drama. And she used this opportunity to say, she doesn't know why Tamika is the way that she is. She doesn't know why she's doing the things that she's doing. She does lash out. Like back in the day, she said a whole lot of things about somebody. She said that somebody did things that weren't true. And you're talking about her going on the radio saying a bunch of stuff about Candy that wasn't necessarily true that she said she was saying on your behalf, right? So Tasha and Rocky on the road, he is giving his best pimp speech about, if somebody else is living a lie and you walking in your truth, you just keep on walking because they gonna be running forever. Shut up. You would know, wouldn't you? That's probably gonna be your next show, Rocky on the Run. So everyone arrives in California. We see SWV on their bus and we see XSCAPE on theirs. They are headed to the hotel, and that's when XSCAPE discovers that Tasha will not be meeting them there. Diana Ross has a house. Y'all can take y'all doo-wop pop on to the hotel. That's what y'all could do. Tamika said when her and her sister are not right, nothing is really right for her, and she intends to have a discussion with her sister, but the ladies asked her to just hold that till after the show. Please don't talk to that lady before this show because she'll walk clean off. So we move on to Tasha's Airbnb, where she has an entire staff to include her private chef that has prepared breakfast for she and Rocky, and they're sitting on the patio discussing how she feels. They have a whole conversation about nothing, about how she ain't quite happy with the group. He knows she's gonna kill it, and somehow it leads around to her having to tune out all of the noise and him bringing up the accusations. He said after all the accusations and betrayal, he just doesn't have time for it. You know how much nerve you got to have to teach somebody money? Like tens of thousands of dollars, and then say they betrayed me to say that about me on TV. What? So the producer asked him in the confessional, they said, listen, first it was Tamika accusing you of thieving her royalties. Now the whole group is saying you're getting kickbacks. So he said, no, that's not true. That's not true. I mean, they can't even prove that. You done up, right? It's kind of a dead giveaway when you say they can't prove that. Like, okay. Then he starts stuttering and stammering. I mean, well, I ain't never had a bank account. I mean, well, I don't even know how you can put nobody else's check in your bank account. I mean, I don't even know how it's possible for somebody to steal somebody's royalty check unless they, forge their name, got their social security. I don't know nothing about it. No way. Yeah, just tell us more. Just tell us all about how you did it. Tasha said, you just a casualty of war. And he said, well, as long as you cool, I'm cool. Shit, as long as I know you still in this bullshit with me. She said her career doesn't start or stop with this group, and she thinks they feel that energy. Oh, okay, girl. Rocky told her, if this is the end, you might want to go ahead and make your peace with it. Yeah, y'all gonna need to make peace with a whole lot of things. So we move on to see the groups arriving at the venue for their rehearsal. They have 8 hours to get it all together, and good luck. So we see SWV go through their rehearsal first. They rehearse fine, and we see Escape 3 arrive because Tasha done told us it ain't Escape until it's all 4 of them, and the diva is somewhere on her bus with her entourage. So Tasha finally shows up with her entourage of, it looks like about 10 people, and Tamika said her sister has changed. This is not who she was. She said this whole MC Hammer crew of people, this is some Rocky stuff. So now that Tasha is here, Escape can start their part of the rehearsal, but they ain't as smooth as SWV. They got a few hiccups and complaints about the timing and things of that nature, and the choreographer is quite pissed off with them. Taj said, damn, he talking to them like he paying them. So Escape is up on the stage, hemming and hawing and humming. And SWV's manager went to the set guy and he was like, listen, what are you doing? Because we got to keep this moving. We don't have time for them to just be up there singing because they want to sing. Escape's manager is somewhere in the back counting their money. Taj said watching them mess up over and over was exhausting. I just want us to get it together and keep it together because SWV, we got it together. So in the middle of the rehearsal and Escape and their 1,000 questions, Candy asked, is there ever going to be a point where we're all going to be talking at the same time? Taj about lost it. Taj said, probably, damn it. But we can't get past the second damn song for y'all to figure out who gonna be talking to who when. Candy looked at her like she wanted to fight, child. Tamika said now with everything that's going on with rehearsals, she's getting a little nervous. She's scared, especially with their name on that marquee. I said, not after y'all raised all that hell to be headliners. So then they come to the part of the rehearsal where they're talking about performing Escape's version of Living in Vain. And they're asking if SWV wants to come out and participate in this performance with them. Coco said no. Taj said, no, we can go out there and sing the song with them. So initially, SWV agreed to stand on the stage. We'll stand up here and oversee y'all. The choreographer said, listen, y'all got to cut the shit. It would help if you would actually come down because y'all would look more cohesive. Coco said, you know what? Let's just get this shit over with. Let's go down here and stand down here while they sing because I ain't singing shit. I done told y'all I don't do church in my sets. Now, at this point, Coco is in the corner talking to Lily about how she done ran out of her medication, and at this point, she just want to fight. Lily said, you gonna have to calm down. Coco said, I've been taking it easy, okay? Lily said, well, take it easier. She said, I ain't taking it easier, because we've been dealing with too much. They've been walking all over us and all. Is y'all from New York? That's something I want to touch on, because I got a lot of comments last week about the whole, oh, you ain't say nothing about Coco having an attitude, but you talking about Candy got an attitude. Yeah, because I understood Coco having an attitude. At the point that you've done a lot of passive aggressive stuff and indirect stuff and you play in my face, when I give you a direct attitude back, don't play crazy with me. Now, my thing is, Coco and the rest of SWV, they're from New York. And sometimes I think there's a little bit of a cultural difference when we're talking about the Southern behaviors, because I'm from the South myself, okay? And I feel like New Yorkers get a bad rep for being rude, when in truth, they're direct. And Southerners, people will smile in your face and they'll be smiling and sweet and nice and talk to you so soft, and they will call you every name in the book as soon as you turn around. Yes, they will. I said that to say I understood Coco's attitude. I understood her frustration. We're not going to play like this has been easy business to do. We're just not going to play like that. Now, in this instance, when she looked like she might want to pick up a chair. So I like, listen, you're going to have to get somebody to call in a script for you or something. So Taj is on the stage saying something about how we need to just go ahead and do y'all little kumbaya set and move on, because We ain't got time for this. Don Juan, Candy's assistant, yells out, "That's corny." Well, mother, who's talking to you? Why does this man interject himself into everything Candy is cast in? Like, why we got to see him on everything? Taj said, who said that? Just, I would like to know who's trying to order us around. Steven, the set guy, he said it was Don Juan. Candy's old Mr. Bentley here, him. So she says to Don Juan, "We have to make the show cohesive in a way that makes sense." And he says, "Well, I agree 200% with that." And what we see is her say, "So shut the f up." Well, Taj said on live that ain't how that went at all. She said she never said to Don Juan. She said that was chopped and screwed and remixed. Like, that's not how that went. So I don't know. I don't know what the real conversation was. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I watched. I'm just out. So we get to the day of the show. The ladies are headed to the venue, and Candy reminds Tamika that, this is probably going to be the last time that the four of us perform together for a long time. Tamika says, "Okay, what you want me to do? Shit, I got bigger fish to fry. Me and my sister done fell out, and my money is gone." So they're backstage getting ready for the show, and Tamika is telling Candy how she does want to have a conversation with her sister because she's not happy about the way things have been. She said in the confessional she does kind of feel conflicted about whether she should have confronted her sister in front of the girls. She said as a sister, she kind of feels like maybe she should have confronted her one-on-one. But as a group member and business person, no, it was the right thing to do because quite honestly, if you didn't, it was going to look like you might have been in on this too. So then we finally see Tasha and her team arrive. She and the entourage come marching in, and Candy is tickled. Candy said, "What do all those people do?" And she explains in the confessional, this is her team. It takes a village. She has makeup artists and videographers and chefs and assistants, wardrobe stylists. I mean, what do you think? This is why you stealing all that money? I think this is why you stealing all that damn money. So Rocky is backstage asking Tasha, "So who are you tonight? What's your name tonight?" She said, "I don't know. They'll make up a name." He said, "You want to be Tina Turner?" "Yeah, because you's Ike." She said, "Yeah, I mean, she did the thing in her prime. I mean, so yeah, girl." Tamika said, "Well, I'd rather see all them assistants than to deal with Edward stealing hands." Candy said, "Yeah, just chopping your money up." They said, "Yeah, just snatching it right from under your nose." No, them assistants is where y'all money is going. How y'all think they're paying for all that? So we see the ladies come together in all of their bedazzled outfits. First of all, I didn't like any of the costumes really, but whatever they squeezed Tasha up in, they were dead wrong. For whoever made that costume need to refund their damn money. They go up, they do an amazing show. The fans absolutely went up, and especially when they were singing Weak. Now I will say, when they were performing, Coco looked really, really nervous to me. I don't know if it was because they were filming for the TV show. I don't know if that's always, she just looked super nervous. So they get through all of the songs and transitions, and they come to the point where they're supposed to come on the stage together to sing Living in Vain. Well, Coco came on the stage and she held the microphone, but I don't know if she sang, okay? She just, I'm here. And that's about all y'all gonna get. She Marshawn Lynch that thing. So SWV did their last selection, Weak, and the crowd went crazy. And XSCAPE closed the show with Understanding. Now, they did sound absolutely amazing. I will not take that away from either of those groups. They sounded really, really good. But Weak just had more impact. The crowd was even more into it. That's what Coco said in the confessional. Coco said, "Did you see that crowd? Did you see them? You should have let us go last, but go ahead, try to follow that." Now, while XSCAPE is closing and Candy is hitting her high note, Tamika is tapping her on the behind and "Yeah, girl," singing. Tasha's in the confessional saying, "Yeah, that's normally her and her sister." She said normally she and her sister will, have a lot more interaction on stage. They'll tap each other on the behind and be like, "Girl, you better sing." But that's not happening, and that's okay. I said, "Nah, she replaced the sister with Candy." So we see the ladies huddle together backstage after the show. They're all hugging and excited about how amazing the show went. Did you see the fans? They were so excited. Taj said, "Would y'all do this again?" Candy said, "I would." Coco said, "What?" She thinks if they actually put in time and rehearse and put a real show together, it would be killer. Girl, please leave us alone. Well, Tamika Says, since we having meetings, let me have one with my sister. She went and found her sister in the middle of her entourage and said, come and let me talk to you. So she goes into her sister's dressing room, and you can see members of the entourage peeking like, did you get approval? Sit down. So Tamika said, listen, I want to talk. Tasha said, girl, I ain't about to talk right now. Ain't nobody talking right now. I'm tired. I don't feel like that. Tamika said, yeah, we are going to talk right now. Tasha said, this ain't no time to talk. Tamika said, I mean, we don't talk no other time. It's what better time is there to talk? And she said in the confessional, I mean, yeah, the show went well, but it doesn't feel good that things are not good between me and my sister. She's not even looking for an apology or ownership at this point. She's just looking for sisterly love. And we see them sitting talking, and Tasha is saying that, you know, I don't have time for negativity. I don't want to be around chaos. I don't want to be around fingers pointing and, well, girl, run her money. Tamika said to communicate as chaos. Tasha said, no, all the pointing of the fingers from everybody. She said, but I'm talking about us right now. I'm talking about me and you. Tasha said, I mean, but Tamika, we family. Girl, that's the point. You and Rocky. Tamika said, well, I mean, you saying we family, but it don't feel like it though. Tasha said, but who made it that way? Girl. Tamika said, you. Do you understand the energy you give off? She said, do you understand that your people will walk past me and just not speak? Tasha said, well, what else do y'all want me to do? Tamika said, I mean, I want you to be you. I want you to be who you are. She said, I am. This is me. She said, this is you. She said, it is. Well, okay then. She said, this is me. So in the words of the great Maya Angelou, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And Tasha's in the confessional talking about, I just want my sister to be sincere. You know, if there's something she feels a way about, like, you know, you and Rocky are too close, or I feel threatened by your relationship, or I miss my sister, just say that. No, she missed her money. And you have the nerve to leverage y'all's relationship to keep her quiet and check about her money. Tasha walked off from Tamika. She said, you trying to diagnose people and you don't look in the mirror at yourself. Girl, you need a prayer and a prescription. Something is really wrong. So Tasha's walking out. Tamika's yelling at her. So why are you leaving? Where are we as sisters? And Tasha's pointing around. I think she's pointing at the camera crew behind them about this. This is where we are as sisters. This right here. This is where you are. I took that to the bank and I'd say, this is where you are. This is where you and my money are. Tamika said, oh, so that's what it is now? Is you and your 13 entourage family? That's your family now? She said, yes. Yes, they treat me better than you. Tamika went stomping off and said, tell mama to get a room in her house ready for you because you about to be broke. Girl, damn. She went over to the area where the rest of their group was, and she said, it is what it is. If she says that's her family now, that's her family now. 18 people leeching off her. Just let her have the MC Hammer of it all. So Tamika is saying, you know, I'm not begging anybody to be my sister anymore. And she's clearly very hurt and very emotional. So Candy goes up and offers her a hug, and she tells her she loves her, and of course, she breaks down. Both Tamika and Tasha are in the confessional saying how they love their sister and they want to work things out. But Tasha said for things to be salvaged between she and her sister, they're going to have a heart-to-heart, a real heart-to-heart, have an account to account. Tasha said in the confessional, I want my sister back. The one who I said, oh, we're going to do this together. That's who I want back. Of course, that's who you want back. That's who you can manipulate and steal from and have lie on your behalf and do any piece of dirt you want her to do for your love that you're going to dangle over her head, girl. So, of course, in the closing credits, we find out that Tamika and Tasha have not spoken since this Escape and SWV concert. And, of course, that Tasha had her album coming out on Good Friday. I'm interested to find out how that did. SWV got them a backstage surprise. They were presented with several platinum plaques for their songs. And in terms of SWV's plans, they couldn't necessarily get it together with Escape, but they are going on tour with Jodeci, and I hope they got it together. Now, Escape is currently performing as a trio because Diana has left them to their own defenses. So then we get into the Watch What Happens Live, and I'm not going to recap that whole thing, but this one lie I just had to address, where Andy gave Tasha the opportunity to backtrack on her whole open relationship statement. He said, you said that's not what you meant. What you meant was, she said what she meant is that they have open communication, not that they have an open relationship. He does not have it that good. Use a damn lie. Because what she said while she sat there is that most people lie about and hide the fact that they have an open relationship, but they're not hiding it. They have that. That's what you said. This wasn't a misuse of terminology. No. You said you had an open relationship. You meant you had an open relationship. And now it must have cost you some money, some album sales, some something. And you're trying to backtrack. I ain't got time for Tasha and her lies. That's it. That's all. And I ain't got no more. Thank you so much for coming down here, listening to me, and letting me get this off my chest. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And in the meantime, until next time, just like every time, I love you and I mean it. Bye.